Greetings. We're not at the Fredericktown Homestead today. We're at Bear Lake, Michigan, the public beach. I've been up here since breakfast this morning. It's now about 2. The Lakeside Diner Cafe is just about closing, so I missed them for lunch. But yeah, I've been sitting up here watching YouTube, trying to get people to subscribe to the Frederick Homestead channel, and just enjoying the view of the lake and the beautiful weather, staying out of the flies. The van is just chock full of flies, and I leave both windows open, and occasionally one will fly out. I noticed that as I left the van just now, 2 of them followed me out of the van, so that's a good thing. They hopefully won't find their way back in. But all the Amish yards have a lot of flies, and then that last stop we had with beef cattle was sensationally packed with flies. Actually, when we stopped there, I said, this is not a good place for me to stop and wait because of the flies. And he says, I'll just park right here. So I did, and I filled the van right up with flies. I'll bet I got 10 pounds of flies in that van. And trying to get rid of some of them today before we head back for Ohio. You don't want to breed Michigan flies with Ohio flies. That's nearly as bad as when I bred some Wyoming flies with the Ohio flies. You end up with flies 10 feet long. But yeah, flies have been an issue today. And if I went down to the farm and sat around down there, there's nothing much to do but sit around on a Sunday. And if I sat around down there, A, I couldn't spend long periods of time doing YouTube, and B, the flies with the bull jersey and the horses, baby horse, the milk cow, the egg layers. They all have a lot of flies. They have a cattle fly string like you can find in a dairy barn right across their kitchen, and it's plumb full of flies. And I'm thinking for the homestead, I'm going to get a reel of dairy fly tape. It's just a white tape about 1/2 inch that you put horizontally just a few inches off the ceiling, and the flies land on it and get stuck, and that's where they end up. And we might need that at the Fredericktown Homestead. Flies are definitely an issue even before we get critters. Yeah, flies. It's fly season this time of year. The purple martins have all left to go to Florida and beyond, and so we're left with all the flies. They sort of keep them under control until the last week of August, but now we're in the middle of September, or past the middle of September, and yeah, flies are an issue. One boat came by here, and I thought he was going to pull in here and harvest his boat for the winter right here on this beach. But they looked at it and then says, oh no, we're supposed to go down further. And there's a campground marina with a landing down there, and I think that's where they're supposed to go to take their pontoon boats out of the water. Most everybody, well, the majority of them have pontoon boats rather than a regular whole boat on this this lake, and on most Michigan lakes, it seems like, most that I've seen. I would have gone further if the van had been cooperating, and it is cooperating this morning. I couldn't fix it if it's like this tomorrow morning. It's going to be difficult to fix because I can't get it to act up today. But I don't want to go driving in a long ways and have it act up and not get home. The battery's charging, and I do have a battery light on, so maybe that would help them to try and fix it. But I haven't gotten the lights to come on. All the idiot lights come on. The ASC. Check your ASC. Service your ASC now. That's what it is. And the ABS light comes on, and the skid control light comes on, and all my gauges drop down to 0. That hasn't happened today. That's what I want to prevent, because when all my gauges are at zeros, I don't have any window power. I don't have any charge for my phones or my batteries for my cochlear implant. I have 2 batteries charged up right now for my cochlear implant, which is a good thing. I'll change them out before I go home. Before I go back to where we're staying tonight, down at the Amish home at Bear Lake. They've got a family gathering there today, so I'm kind of dragging my feet on going back down. I'm going to go down in time for me to go to bed. Hopefully I'll get a hamburger or something before I go down. I don't know. The cafe is now closed, so I can't get it there. But I might be able to find something. There's a lot of people here. I'm sure there's some kind of eatery up here. Yeah, it's been a beautiful weather-wise day. Beautiful, beautiful. I would say it's about 74 degrees. This morning it started out at like, I would say 50. Cold, cool t-shirt weather, but definitely still t-shirt weather. Yeah. I've been speaking to some people on Facebook and even on YouTube about things I'd like to be doing at the homestead. That fly tape is something that's been on my mind since I'm sitting there in the van with all them flies. When I was down at the mill last time, I even had a couple of skids, well, about 6 skids actually, of where I picked up that cherry. I got 2 skids of cherry, and in that same pile were 6 skids of maple and hickory mixed together. Soft maple and hickory. And that soft maple has an awful lot of nice grain to it, so does the hickory. And I told him, I says, I really want to earn at least 1 skid of this. I'd really like to earn about 3. But the way I do that is I haul his dad. And his dad is one of my most frequent customers. And what I do is I haul him for 1 scoop. And that cherry was 2 scoops that I got. And I'd be willing to pay for skids of maple and hickory boards, 4/4. All of them are over 6 inches, I think. And all of the boards in the pile are more than 6 feet long. A lot of them are over the 10-foot mark. But I'd be willing to pay for them by hauling their dad around. We go and we look at standing timber. Here comes another flotilla. Looks like one might be towing the other, maybe. I'm not sure. But it might just be both go on their own steam. Hard to tell. A lot of these pontoon boats are coming out of the water this weekend. That might be what's happening here. They get serviced and wrapped and stored for approximately $1,200, give or take 500. I don't know. Depends on the size of your boat and what you want done. The front one there is bigger than the rear one, looks like. Yep, definitely a lake location. I guess the front one is not pulling the back one because I can see the motor's wake coming out of the second one. Well, I've been watching YouTube. Kind of came to the end of my playlists. You're probably at the end of your playlist if you're watching this. I'd thank anybody who's watching to go back and watch others and like them. Get a flavor for the Fredericktown Homestead. I got like 10 new subscribers today. Thank you for subscribing. That helps. We're coming up on the 4,000 mark. 400, 500 mark. 500, half of 1,000. What we need is 1,000 before we can be monetized. We've made all the other criteria that YouTube imposes before monetization, and all we need now is the 1,000 subscribers. We have 470 something. I think I got about 10 new subscribers today. What I did was I went to Doug and Stacy's channel and I just said, well, Doug's taking a break from YouTube. In the meantime, why don't you come on over and look at our channel? And some people took offense to that. I meant no offense. I just offering you another channel to look at. We do a lot of stuff around the homestead, and I of course travel some. I've just booked a trip for over Christmas to the state of Maryland with a stop in Virginia, and yeah, I travel. I'm at Bear Lake in Michigan right now, enjoying it. Beautiful weather. I dread the days when I have to drive in inclement weather, frozen roads, compromised vision. I hope I can get the van back to a healthy state soon, like tomorrow morning before we head back to Ohio. But if I have to get it done in Ohio, so be it. I have a Tuesday run hauling a puppy over to Indiana, Millersburg, Indiana, and a quick over and back to deliver a puppy. And then I've got orders for the shop. I've got 3 boxes ordered, 3 crates, and I've got 2 of those are matching, and 1 of them is to exact specifications. And then a set of shelves. And I got a lot of other stuff I'd like to do around the homestead. I'd like to build a set of shelves. I'd like to build about 6 sets of shelves for the basement to put all our ball jars on. I'd also like to do some fermenting. I haven't even watched the fermenting thing that I paid $100 for yet. I've watched the introduction, that's all. But until I get home, I want to save that kind of. Watch it when I get home. Well, I guess that's it from Bear Lake, Michigan for now. I'm going to go try and find a hamburger and maybe head down to the farm. Maybe not, I don't know. We'll just have to see. What channels do you watch on YouTube? Homestead related. I watch a lot of sawmill related, but I like more homestead related videos. Alright, God bless from Bear Lake, Michigan.